He out there
Bam.
burning up.
He's burning up. Exactly. You already know. You already know. Welcome, people. This is Untitled, episode 11. And I like to say with sports and life, it's all rolled up into one. That's how we get down here. I'm R. Jones, your host / moderator, and joining me as always, my man from the Boogie Down Bronx, now in NC, North Carolina, Dominic Donado. How you doing tonight, Dom?
Top of the evening, R.
Appreciate you joining me tonight. I appreciate that. You know, we usually have our usual cast of characters come in, but they'll show up at some point shortly. First thing on the docket tonight, breaking news. Oh my goodness. Secret Service, they concluded their investigation of cocaine found in the White House. And you know what they found? No suspects. Zero. Nada. Not one. Nobody's guilty. Or somebody is guilty. They just couldn't find them. Don, let me tell you something. I was thinking about this earlier today, and there's two names that I really didn't see any, like, they didn't bring them up as suspects or where their whereabouts was. I would like to know, where's Kamala Harris when this went down? Yeah, and the other person is how should I say this? Should I be nice? I'm gonna leave it up to you. Should I be nice or should I just be real?
Be real. You know how we are.
Well, where was that little Haitian dyke of a woman? Where was her whereabouts? Okay, when this was going down. I know the Bidens were allegedly in Camp David, supposedly, the whole family, including Hunter. But I want to know where those two wenches were when this whole thing went down.
Who's the other one?
It's the press secretary.
Oh.
I mean,
damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't thinking of neither one of them names.
I'm sure a lot of other people weren't thinking of their other names. That's why they didn't have any suspects. But I'm sure that the spotlight needs to be shown on both of them. I want to know where they were at. Okay, because they were so busy, trying to look out for Hunter and stuff like that. But where's these other two wenches at? Where are they at? I need to know. I think the American public needs to know. Okay, because cocaine just didn't miraculously walk into the White House and plop itself wherever they found it. No, somebody brought it in, somebody used it, and I need to know who. Okay, because this administration, like others, I'm sure, is corrupt.
I want to know, we were all kids growing up in New York. We all played Skelzy. Remember?
Right.
Skelzy.
Oh, hell yeah.
One number.
Hell yeah. Of course.
I want to know how the cocaine went from it was found here, there. It was found everywhere where I guess there were no cameras. But if you remember, first of all, they were there till 5 o'clock Friday night.
Right.
So they were in the vicinity. Let's just keep it a buck.
Come on, keep it a buck, baby.
The stories of how it was found at R's house, my house, Joe's house, Bishop's house, nobody even knows where it was actually found. There's like four different locations. But the bottom line to me, all jokes aside, I thought the camera system and security would have been a little more. I don't know.
No,
like I said in the text, I think the Russians done tapped into the White House with cocaine now. I mean, what's next?
Oh, maybe Trump got in there and put it, you know what I'm saying? Put it in there. Who knows?
Well,
man?
You heard what Rappaport said, right? That goofball.
What did he say?
I think one of them make America great. Jake snuck in the White House. Okay, so now if you believe somebody could sneak in the White House, but don't believe there's cameras everywhere, then we're really up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
I feel you. Now this is going to get interesting because one of our staunch defenders of him and Reggie, they make the defense law team supreme. My man Bishop, your mic is live. Thanks for joining us on Untitled. How you doing tonight?
What up, fellas? There's no defense. I'm just there's no defense.
No,
somebody
fun out of it, bitch.
Somebody else just saying. It's like somebody feeling stressed, need a stress reliever. So It could be anybody. It could be Secret Service. It could be the what's the woman who sits to the press secretary?
Yeah, huh.
It could
Yeah,
be
that's what R said.
yeah.
Exactly.
It could be. It's just like yo, it's good times. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Exactly.
yo, we got time. We got some
Yeah,
opportunity.
Exactly.
Some opportunity. I need to numb some stuff. So you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Kitty.
I mean, I got to admit, man, you and R took it where I was never thinking of who else could it be.
I'm thinking of vice president. You know, pearls and swine, all that. Whatever her thing is. Okay, with the wearing the Converse chucks or the Timberlands and the pearls and all that stuff. Where was your ass? Okay.
It's just too many people around for them to pinpoint publicly.
Right.
For them to pinpoint publicly who it was. You could just say, hey, if then who it could have been a reporter. It could have been one of the White House reporters who dropped the packet. You know what I'm saying? They snuck it in and then they dropped the packet. You know what I'm saying?
But the whole thing that's crazy to me, guys, is we use these words like snuck it in. Again, we're talking about
the White House
level, right?
Yeah, but when you go into the White House, they're not searching your person. You got to take metal. You go through a metal detector. You go.
But they have dogs, Bishop. They have dogs.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you going in there as so and so, then maybe you don't get the dog treatment as opposed to
Bishop. They ain't no more so and so's no more. If they're doing that, then we could just say we just threw security totally out the window.
But I'm saying if the press secretary
is a thing of the past.
If the press secretary, if the defense ministry and this person, that person coming in that is normally in that flow, you think that the security is going to subject them to dog sniffing? Now, if they said that it was neatly tucked away somewhere within, did they ever say where specifically they found it? Because if
that's what I was saying, Bishop. They found it in 4 different places now. We can't even figure that out yet.
Right. Exactly. So they didn't say they found it in the women's bathroom. They didn't find it in the kitchen. They didn't find it in the dining room, in the reading room. They didn't find it in Hunter Biden's cubby. You know what I'm saying?
No, he did his portion. He did his portion. Left the other stuff for the other guy.
No, he said, I'll
say this, Bishop. When it comes to security, I cannot remember the last time I've been to Fort Liberty now.
Okay.
For us unwoke people. That they weren't at ThreatCon Alpha. That's like the highest level of,
So when you say that, Dom, I just read something, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I just read something that some Marine snuck a 14-year-old girl in to Fort Bragg and was, having his way. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, if that could happen, I'm sure.
Bishop, I didn't say it was foolproof. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. That's what I wanted to hear you say. That's what I wanted to hear you say. That's what I wanted to hear you say.
Like you're telling me the level of security at the White House is equivalent to Fort Bragg. That's like a real downgrade, fellas.
But I'm just saying.
That being said, this is one of, when you consider who's here, Green Beret, Special Forces, CIA, the JFK Center, 82nd Avenue. You would think this place would be like, but I also understand that shit happens. And I understand it happened in the White House, but just if you can't tell me who it was, tell me where you found it.
Right.
You couldn't have found it in 4 different places unless there was a lot of cocaine in the White House. I mean,
if they found a brick.
Yeah. Somebody was cutting it, Bishop, and was walking while he was cutting it. I mean, forgive me for saying it. I hope no cop is watching this and thinking we're...
Somebody was cleaning their teeth with it.
Come on, man.
So putting something inside of their mouth. It could have been a security for It could have been somebody as security. It's like,
but it's kind of weird for them again. With the strenuous, drug testing they go through, and
Yeah.
I mean, are you
Dude,
willing
like,
to risk it all for what? Sniffing a little blow at the White House? I mean,
dude,
it can happen. Don't get me wrong.
right.
But
I'm
my
telling
money
you,
was like Vegas.
I'm telling
Vegas
you right
had the
now.
odds on Hunter. My
Well,
money's still on Hunter.
I'm changing those odds. My money is on that vice president. I say
Well,
it's her.
as who was in the White House that day or the day before? Who was in the White House? Because I got to tell you, that dude, Jim Jordan, the one who always have his sleeves rolled up, he looked like a straight cokehead. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Word up. He looked like, yo, that's all he live off of that. You know what I'm saying? He brushed his teeth with coke.
Exactly.
Like, yo.
Now you know Republicans don't do coke, man. Come on.
Oh, excuse me, that's the crystal meth. My bad.
Yeah, they don't do coke.
Crystal meth in hotels with male prostitutes.
Yeah, that'd be like somebody telling me some Catholic snuck in the White House with having sex with little kids. I don't know. It's just too. The only thing, all jokes aside, the only thing that sounds crazy, guys, for us, I don't care. I always say this, whatever side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah.
There's just some shit like. We know there's cameras. And matter of fact, they already put it out. There's cameras everywhere except in the living quarters.
Right.
That's the only place there's no cameras. And remember, the vice president does not sleep on those grounds. They have a separate facility away from the White House. They can't be, due to security measures. They cannot be
in the same residence.
Same place.
Other than that, you didn't say you found it in nobody's apartment or nobody's bedroom. You said 4 different places. None of them be in Joe Biden's bedroom.
You know that. They're going to protect his ass. They're going to protect their asses.
No, the only thing they probably going to find out in there is some blue pills.
And the funny and the funny thing is, it's like they want to put this White House like on some type of ultra pedestal way up in the sky, like it's the Holy Grail and whatnot. When really you got some of the dirtiest down. Oh man, please don't even get me started.
This dude just we already been over this. His speaking and he's doing it now overseas, like
and looking more embarrassing. Exactly.
I mean, why don't somebody just tell him? Go back to the days of being in the basement in Delaware. Run the White House. Run the country from your basement. Because you're really looking a little... guys, other than them not being able to find on camera, I'm starting to wonder what kind of physicals do these people get?
Well,
I know what I had to go through. But what kind of physicals are they getting, especially at that age?
Right.
Well, this is the time of your life where you get... a little slippery. Come on, let's be honest. I'm probably me and ours the same age.
No doubt, of course.
Thank God. Hopefully we don't get that way, but
exactly.
Speak for yourself, Dom.
Speak
for yourself, Dom. Dom, speak for yourself.
Wait, what are you trying to say there, sir? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I'm just talking our age off. Not saying we are that, but at the age of 80. Come on, man. The average dude's wheels are starting to come off.
Listen, it's so bad.
I mean, never mind somebody that may have had issues before.
It's so bad. Listen, and I'm wrong for this. When this guy got elected, I'm thinking, okay, he's not even going to survive the term, and that's foul for me to say that.
Yeah,
I didn't even think.
Yeah, you're right. I said the same thing.
Oh, so I'm not alone in that. I'm not, and I'm sure we're not alone. We're not the only two that thought that. I'm like, yo, this guy. I was like, he's not even going to last 4 years. And I said, we got this broad in line to take his place? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I'm privy to watching somebody every day that has dementia all times. It's not, I ain't saying this it's not a pretty picture, guys.
No,
it's really,
Part of what they had a report out about 1.5 years, 2 years ago about, or maybe it might have been a little earlier, where they were basically saying, like, on Capitol Hill, like how much medication that doctors prescribe for like early onset of dementia, Alzheimer's, all of the different things that these politicians have. And it's just like they it's almost, some of them, it's almost like a lifetime appointment for them, and they just what about the Democratic councilwoman or senator or whatever, Feinstein, that has long lost her faculties and is still serving in office. She doesn't come in, but is still serving in office, and it's
That's
just
ridiculous.
like
That's
it's just
ridiculous.
but a lot of them are going. A lot of them have it. A lot of them have it,
Right.
and they just.
I mean, we need to there needs to be some type of restructuring.
A vetting process.
Well, not just a vetting,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're right.
You know
You're
what?
right.
I know it sounds corny, and I know, many people other than Trump have brought up for years, this lifetime appointment.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. I mean, the president could only serve 8 years. How are y'all serving 40, 50 years?
Exactly.
Unless he could serve for a lifetime, then he would be all for it, because nobody else could run the country and do the things that he could do, and blah 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 blah.
No, but nobody, Bishop. Like even the military has a cutoff. You can't stay until you're like the normal cutoff, because you got well over 20 years at 48 years old for enlisted members.
Right.
You got plenty of years in at the age of 48.
Yes.
You gotta go. You gotta go. There ain't none of this. Raise your hand and do it again. No, your time is up. Thank you for your service. Move the hell on.
Right.
We ain't got no Chuck Schumers in the military. We don't got generals in the military that been in as long as him. And they get alibis, man.
I think that's our boy DU that said Knicks fans take those same pills since 1973.
Who said that?
It could be DU. It could be my man Doug. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I don't think we suffer from any kind of memory loss, and we remember what he's talking about.
He just substitute that for Cowboys fans. Substitute that for Cowboys fans, because if you think Knicks fans are delusional, Cowboys fans are, they win 2 games in a row. They taking the division. They win
the Super Bowl.
5 games.
Back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I won.
Oh,
Jerry,
man.
you get the owner, like all of a sudden he's got ad time. He's on there talking.
Right.
It's like, yo, dude, he's another one. It's like, yo, dude, like, go away. You know what I'm saying? Go away.
Exactly.
Take a nap.
Yeah, it's like go get a massage.
That's what I say to those kind of people.
Go get a massage. Go hang out with your boy Robert Kraft and get a massage.
Oh man, here we go. I have to start that up. Listen, let's move on to some sports, shall we? Let's talk about a little bit about baseball. Here we go. The New York Yankees, our team. I'm reading reports that they are the most motivated, and this is ahead of the baseball trade deadline, which is August 1st. To trade for Shohei Ohtani of the Anaheim Angels, or Los Angeles Angels, whatever they're called, but I know they're Angels. Now, that would be a hell of a move. I think this would help the Yankees at this point in the season if this trade was to go down. I don't know what the Yankees about to send to get Ohtani here, but he's supposed to be a free agent. He's supposed to hit free agency at the end of the season anyway. But to me, what a monumental move to get this guy, because right now in California, he's just a waste, as is Mike Trout. He's a waste. Bring this guy here. He should have been here in New York already, but that's another story. But again, it's time for, I wouldn't say a desperate move, but it's time for a big move. And I think Brian Cashman, does he have the balls to get this done? Who knows? But they need to attempt to get this guy to New York at this point.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Baseball, unlike let's say basketball, for example, you got to give up something. Like, let's use Damian Lillard. You're going to give up some sort of quality piece. In baseball, they throw out draft picks, minor leaguers.
Yeah,
you very seldom see the Yankees traded Judge for Shohei. You don't never hear that kind of stuff. No. So that being said, one, I don't believe the rumors. It's always something involving a New York team and Bleacher Report, Yahoo Sports. I mean, what does that mean? Yankees most motivated. What does that mean?
Well, because they're struggling right now, Dom. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're so are the Angels. But that being said, the sad thing is if you want to listen to stories, I heard a story where the Angels are going to be like, "Nah, we're gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. If he don't sign with us, so be it. We're just paid out. But we ain't parlaying some, 50 home run, 10 win player for a R. Jones and a Bishop and a Dominic to be named later. We're gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. He leaves. Okay. Again, guys, when you think about it, if he leaves, he leaves. You don't get nothing. They're still the Angels. They're still going to be the Los Angeles Angels tomorrow. Mid-level, actually, over the last maybe 6 years, they've been under mid-level. Started out pretty good this year, but now, they're back to being the Angels. So where are they going? What is their, speaking of motivation, what is their motivation to say, we'll take 4 minor league players? Really? I don't know, guys. I don't see this happening. I'd love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Yankee.
I'm about to say, come on. You're feeling not just an offensive juggernaut, but an offensive need, but also a pitching need because their rotation. There you go. You understand? And by the way, Reggie is with us. Your mic is live, but I didn't think he was going to be here tonight, but glad you are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome. So what's up? Now, my first thing to you, Reggie, is you're on vacation, aren't you?
What does that mean? I'm loyal to the brothers.
Dedication.
I'm loyal to the brothers.
Dedication.
I'm loyal to the brothers. That's what I do.
Dedication.
Reggie, just be honest, man. Being around your family for a couple of straight days, you needed a break.
Right.
Yo, after the day, bro. Oh my God. I need a vacation from my vacation.
Now, our Facebook user says the Yankees are the only team in New York that can possibly bring a title. Hey, Knicks fans, he says Jets, not the Jets, because they're a joke too. The Giants are the only exception. Wow. Okay.
They sleeping on Aaron Rodgers? Really?
Well,
the Messiah is here.
The Messiah had. We're gonna get into that later. I'm not gonna talk about that right now. I'll get into that a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, what do you guys think about that comment? What do you think about Ohtani, Bishop, Reggie being pursued by the Yankees to play in the Bronx?
They could pursue him all they want. Now, is it going to happen? That's another story.
So that's like
the Knicks getting LeBron James. It never happened. Kevin Durant. It never happened. Come on, they want to throw big names in New York, and what always happens? It never happens.
Well, according to one sports analyst, according to one sports analyst,
is he reliable?
It did happen in Brooklyn for like a minute and 35 seconds. A minute and 35 seconds. You remember that, Doug? You remember that back in the day, Doug?
A New York minute, actually.
Yeah. That was like, I think it was like a cup of coffee and maybe like a croissant.
And so somebody has to inject their little nonsense. Of course. Okay, I get it. That's cute. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible, but when it comes to the Yankees, I'm like Dom. Until it happens, it ain't happening. It's just a story. Somebody needed to drum up some MLB smut.
I mean,
who better than you?
You know what? You could be correct in that. That. I'm just saying.
Who better than you but the Yankees?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, it would be kind of hard for you to sell me on he's going to the Dodgers when they got $1 zillion payroll now.
Well,
but
that's one of the teams they throwing about too now as competition. You understand? Yeah. Again, I gotta be honest with you. I think that honestly, I think it's a possibility. I wouldn't be shocked to see him here in New York. You know what I'm saying? I really wouldn't be. You guys, I get what you're saying, but again, I'm going to be overly optimistic in this deal. I think they can get him, and I think they will. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, just like the Bishop wanted to point out, if it can happen in Brooklyn, why not here?
That's right.
Why not?
That's right. That's right, baby. That's right, baby.
That's the only time I'm going to agree with you on that. That's the only time.
What would they consider tampering in baseball? Like, can somebody text them and say, "Hey, Shohei, you ever think of?" Because you never hear about tampering in baseball, do you? Like,
not really. Not really.
It's like a big boys club. You want to play for us? Yeah. Okay. Let's make it.
Exactly, but not really. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
All right. With that being said, let's move on to some blockbuster deals that are supposed to happen, but it's not going to be happening for a while. The names being thrown out, of course, are Damian Lillard and James Harden. Those deals are not happening anytime soon. The situation with Damian Lillard, this guy doesn't even have he doesn't have a no trade clause in his contract, but he wants to go to Miami. He shot down deals reportedly to go to Brooklyn. Also, I think Philly, if I'm not mistaken, it was another team as well. Go ahead.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, he's going.
Yeah,
to go.
No. Oh, you want me to go? I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so why would he go to Brooklyn? It's like, number one, you leaving a situation that's like you know what I'm saying? You leaving a situation that's like you're not going to be playing for anything meaningful in Portland. Why would you go to Brooklyn when you're going to wind up in the same? Look at the personnel that they have in Portland. Look at the personnel that they got in Brooklyn. It's the same thing. You just changed area codes, zip codes. It's the same thing. So Philly, I could kind of see it, but it's like Joel Embiid, Dame Lillard type of. I could see that, but then they would have to get rid of James Harden. They would have to get rid of James Harden, and then they would have to get some more. They would have to get a couple of more stable pieces. Because I'm tired of Tobias Harris and his shortcomings, and they would have to get some more pieces, and then that automatically stagnates Maxey.
See, that's
unless he's a part of the trade.
But why would you get rid of him? Because again, it's like you just drafted a point guard, you got the two guard that has been there that's excelling right now. The two guard, what's that kid's name? For Portland, he was there. Simon. Yeah, Anthony Simons. You got him. He's solid. So why would you bring in Maxey to come off the bench? Nah, it's like they're gonna rock with the new point guard and Simons in the backcourt and figure out front court players and so forth and so on. But so the only thing that makes sense, and for me, it's like Miami is the only thing that makes sense. Unfortunately, for Miami, it's like, who wants Tyler Hero?
Right.
They don't have too many. They don't have too many assets to offer because you don't.
How dare you not call Duncan Robinson an asset?
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a shooter when you got shooters on your team. So you got Tyler Hero, and what else do you have? You don't have a lot of draft picks. You don't want to upset the apple cart with Jimmy, Bam, but you also need a big. You need a big man. So it's like, I get it where they left. They lost the kid, the point guard, Miami. They lost the point guard and they lost the shooting forward. I mean the small forward. They lost those two guys to free agency. One is in the Lakers and the other one is in Cleveland. So you got room now, but Dame's salary is like, it's crazy. And Tyler Hero, so I don't know where he fits. Money wise.
Picture this, Bishop. Picture this. Though you're talking about these young kids, especially point guard. That point guard is approximately 3 years older than Maxey. So if you can get Maxey, you may have to move this guy.
Which one, the guard that they just drafted? Scoot?
Yeah, I don't see what else you can do. Who else are you going to get from Philly? You think Portland's willing to take on James Harden?
Nah.
I don't think so. But Maxey's 22 years old. He's a proven hell of a player. While you're waiting for this draft pick to become Nate Archibald, whatever, Maxey's a proven player. He's a proven commodity right now at the tender age of 22. Right. Again, what do you think that you're gonna say? Okay, Bishop, you give us Lillard, and I'll give you 3 second-round picks.
Right, but even if you include Maxey,
you got to include him.
But I'm saying if you include Maxey, that's an upgrade. Okay,
for sure.
It's an upgrade. But then, then it's like, okay, what else are you giving? Because Maxey is like did he resign? He did.
No, not yet. No.
He didn't resign, so his money ain't gonna be nowhere close to Dame's. And it's like, what else do you have to give up in order to get Lillard in Philly? What else do you have to give up? I mean, don't get me wrong.
Would it be a bad idea for this guy they drafted to be a backup for a couple of years? Because you're not guaranteed. Even if Maxey signed, if they do a sign the trade, and he has a 3-year contract, he'll be 25 years old. What's the likelihood of him being in Portland after the age of 25? But you got this young kid who will still be on his rookie deal. Nothing pans out. This guy becomes your starter. But you gotta give something to get something. And this is why I hate to say this, guys. This might not end. One, it may not end well, and it might not end very quickly because of what he's doing. He's limited himself to just Bishop. I only want to play for Bishop. And again, Bishop spelled it out. Who do they have? Who does Miami have to offer?
Unless they get another team involved.
They got to get another team involved.
They would have to.
Get another team involved. I know Miami does. They do, like everybody's Miami friendly with deals except for Ainge, wherever he is.
I hear Miles Turner is available.
And I'll say this: well, they have a point guard. They have Halliburton.
Yeah.
But Indiana is trying to build something. I think they got Obi Toppin just for we could get him for a 2 second-round pick because they're already looking at a power forward. They're looking at Siakam, OG. They're looking at replacing a power forward. They gave away Duarte, who's I think small forward, for basically nothing. The same way we gave away Toppin for nothing.
Isn't Toppin a power forward?
Halliburton just got that big deal. He ain't going there.
Reg just asked if Toppin was a power forward.
He's supposed to be.
Yeah. Supposed to be.
He's a finesse forward. He's a finesse forward.
Yeah. Thank you, Bishop. He can't dribble, can't rebound, can't play defense. All you can do is break out, and you need the little guys to get the rebound. I don't know. I don't know what the bizarre fascination with this guy was, but hey,
he could
I'm
dunk.
too old to be having favorite players.
He could dunk. He could dunk.
Yeah, he could dunk.
He could dunk.
Got that. Yeah, he could
kind of like Scott Walker.
Yeah, he could dunk.
You know what? When you think about it, guys, I mean, we don't want to spend all day, but even like on your free time, figure out where they could possibly move him. Even if he was open for, let's say, 10, 11 other teams. Where's he going? And what are you getting? The Philadelphia thing sounds the best.
Can I throw out another team? Boston? What about Boston? No. He shot them. No, he said no. I say no.
Who they're gonna have to give a bit.
Yeah, I say no.
They just gave what's his name a $60 million extension for 2 years. KP.
Yeah.
And you ain't signed Brown yet.
Right.
But
Tatum's on a max deal.
Boston is set.
Yeah.
Boston is set. They had to get rid of Marcus Smart so that Brogdon and White can run the point.
Right.
So it's like, they set at those positions, and now you got a big who at least can look intimidating, even if they ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? They could at least look intimidating.
And you still got Williams. They didn't give up the other Williams. So
and you got you got the security. Yeah. Because Williams is gonna be his knee is gonna be a problem for quite some time. Sure. His knee is gonna be a problem.
I agree.
Only place that I see him fitting is Miami, because he's got that heat mentality. Like, I'm gonna put my foot on your throat, and I'm gonna keep squeezing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they missing. They missing that guy that it's just like could just get on fire, and they missing the big. If they got a big man, and they don't even have to be a legitimate. It's got to be somebody who could block some shots, grab some rebounds, and deter people from going in there. Then I would put Adebayo at his natural position, which is that big forward position. And now he would have more opportunities to like score because he ain't got to be wrestling with bigs. And then that would ease some of it because then there'll be easy baskets gotten because I can see Jimmy Butler pick and roll, penetrating to the basket, kicking out all day. Those two plays all day. And then you also would have Dame Lillard who could light it up at any given point and get you 35 a night. And consistently.
Right.
And they all play D.
Right.
Now that's the only thing that might be a problem because everybody gets after it. And Dame has never been known to be that guy that gets after it on defense. And Pat Riley and the Heat, you gotta play D.
So you have a 3-trick pony, really 2.5-trick pony. Where do they rank in the Eastern Conference if they got Lillard?
They would probably be better.
I don't even think they're better than the Knicks.
No, they would probably be somewhere in the 4th, 5th seed.
Right.
They would probably
4, 5, 6.
somewhere.
I thought 5, 6.
Yeah, they would probably finish 4 or 5 because you can't with Dame, you getting a bona fide bucket getter.
Right.
And on those nights where they lost games by like 5 points, like Miami lost this past season with the roster that they had, they lost like 10, 20 games by like 10 or less points. And it's just like, wow. Losing games in the last second, losing games because they just can't get a bucket, losing games because they down the last 2 minutes they just couldn't score, like they ran out of gas.
But you got Jimmy buckets though. Is Jimmy supposed to get you buckets?
Or with him with playing, or with Jimmy playing with the game, kind of like, instead of him, going after it, he just looking to pass out to somebody else.
He deferred.
Right.
And it's just like. Come on, like I could see Dame time in either Miami, or I could see Dame time in Philly because he fits into that Philly mold as well.
Well, how about well, I'm gonna throw something out here just for the sake of throwing something out there. Like all the other sports people do. How about he go a little bit south and go to the Clippers?
That's where allegedly Harden wants to go.
Yeah, please. Then you playing you got like it's like pot luck. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Russian roulette.
I know what I'm gonna get. I know you know exactly what you're gonna get. What are you talking about?
Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They might.
Again, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get Dame time all day because them two can't be counted on.
But I'm saying, then that's all you. Then you just wind up changing zip codes.
Right, exactly.
Portland, but you in LA now. You scoring points. You scoring 50. You scoring 60, and y'all still losing because it's just not.
I found that. I did some research when they was mulling over Paul George, Prince County, to the Knicks. I'm like, man, this dude ain't played more than 55 games in like 4 years.
Dumb, exactly.
I didn't even know that. I'm thinking that's Kawhi Leonard type stuff, but
it's actually
numbers.
Yeah. I was about to say it's both of them. I do want to kind of be fair to Kawhi, but I mean,
and I will give Paul George 2 thumbs up for having steel nuts. Because he was like, yeah, I don't mind the trade, but you got to give me an extension. Bruh, you ain't played 55 games in 4 years. You want more money? Really?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Get to stepping. Get to stepping.
Yes.
You'll have a fun time with the Clippers. Ain't nobody
He's
buying
a fleecer.
that no more, guys.
He's a fleecer.
With this new CBA coming in next year, ain't nobody going to buy that no more. Them days might be over, fellas. I'm serious. This matching dollar for dollar on trades and good luck, Paul.
There's more money than ever out there.
Just stay where you're at.
There's more money than ever out there.
Look at this. Our friend says he would be the Knicks' best player, Paul George, over 5'3" Jalen Brunson. Wow.
Well, I love his opinion, but that's all it is because he ain't coming to New York. Not looking for no 2-year extension. No.
Yeah,
bro.
he wouldn't be able to handle New York anyway. That's the same
God
dude
bless
that
you.
needs like mental health or whatever. Like, yo, dude, you playing in LA, but for the Clippers. Like your team doesn't even matter. It's like, yo, in the history of that organization, like you guys don't even matter. Like, what are you stressed out about? Like you expected to lose. The expectation is you're gonna lose. It's like you've been in business what, over 50 years? And you haven't even won a division title?
Wow.
You got to the conference finals one time without Kawhi Leonard and without Doc Rivers.
Right.
Well,
okay. Good luck, Paul.
I know the owner is entertaining and he's spending a lot of money, but that's a business investment. That got nothing to do with the franchise. Like the history of the franchise and the character of the franchise or whatever. It's like, yo, you might as well have saved that money and outfitted the forum like to make it look like the Clippers. Put some hologramic stuff up when it's when it's your time to play in there. You know what I'm saying? Who knew the difference?
And they getting ready to get their own arena.
Yep.
He got a lot of thinking to do, that owner. I mean, like Bishop said, it looks cute. You're on the sideline like a cheerleader, like Mel Carr back in the day with Boston, but your team is I don't even know if y'all are suspect.
Right. Guys, let's move on. Dom, I hate to do this to you.
No.
Oh, okay, gotta get a little NFL on you. This situation here with the Giants and their running back, Saquon Barkley. Reason why I'm doing that is I gotta tell you, for all he's done, especially last year, he was pretty much the linchpin of the offense. There's no denying that. But at the same time, you want that money and the shelf life on a running back in the NFL these days is not a long time. Perhaps you can get paid for your work for last year. I get that, but at the same time, I honestly believe that the NFL running back is getting phased out. And when I say that, you know, you could throw like the little flat to the outside or whatnot, and then the traditional handoff or whatnot. You understand? Yeah, you can use it from time to time, but I just believe it's getting phased out. And for a position in that realm, I don't see big money like that. It really shouldn't be big money like that.
What do y'all think? I thought he should have took the 13 mil.
He should have. I agree.
What a good bonus.
But if you can get more, why not?
He's not gonna, Bishop. Not a running back. Not anymore. I'm with R. That's a dinosaur position now.
Yeah, man.
Just think about. He's probably thinking like, yo, if it wasn't for me these last few seasons, we would have been. We would have been.
You can't really say last few seasons because he was out.
Right. Well, and we got to remember, guys, we go through this all the time. This is the NFL. The NFL will nickel and dime any position if it don't begin with a Q.
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest. It's the NFL.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought the $13 million was like, man,
pretty good money.
Maybe he think he can get 20, and if they don't give him 20, then maybe they meet him somewhere in the middle.
I think
where the NFL is so fishy, Bishop. If he don't take the $13 million next week, they're going to franchise tag him. Now you're going to take what the franchise tag is.
The deadline is Monday. This coming Monday.
They will do right by him. They'll do right by him. If not,
but he claimed he's not looking for the biggest contract ever.
That's what he claims.
Right.
I'm just saying from the horse's mouth, but God only knows.
I'm just saying
he was going to walk away with $28 million over 2 years. Mm-hmm. Again, a guy that's been injured, missed about a year and a half, all told.
Come on.
You know, you're going to walk away with $28 million. We hope you survive 2 years at that position. Mm-hmm. At that position, at your status, not a big dude.
I don't know.
I took the money, guys. That's just
Not with the Giants' offensive line. I can't see that.
Bro, I'm just saying. Here's my thing. You see Saquon. Imagine this for the season come up. You see Saquon take the handoff. He goes down. He's holding his knee. You guys are like, you can't even breathe because you're waiting to see the result of this. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's like holding their breath to see if he's all right. Do we really want to commit that type of money? I'm just saying for a position that I think is no longer necessary. To be honest, in traditional ways, I'm just saying.
Yeah, nobody on the panel is disagreeing with you.
The 13 million, as Dom said, was fine enough. We'll see what happens on deadline Monday, how it all shakes out. Will he get his money? I mean,
at the end of the day, like we all said, it's a business.
It's the NFL.
It is. And as far as I'm saying, I don't want to make any break any records, well, not break any records, but have this contract that's huge or whatnot. They always say it's not about the money. When it comes down to it, what is it about? The money.
The money.
So he can say whatever he wants to make himself.
Here's the scary thing, guys. He gets franchise tag for a year. He goes down during that franchise tag.
Oh,
you're assed out.
Exactly.
Again, I always say this, guys, and it's the reason I don't like the NFL. Mm-hmm. You're one banana peel away from being unemployed. Serious. Mm-hmm. We know this. This is how the NFL runs. They don't give guaranteed contracts.
No.
So if you could walk away with 26, 28 mil guaranteed over 2 years, man, take that money. Take that money, homie.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Take the money.
I mean, I love Saquon. He's not only from the Bronx like me, he went to Penn State, but I always knew this was going to happen. Because remember when the Giants drafted him, I was like, oh, man, can he survive on that team? With that weak offensive line. They had Gazoo playing quarterback. I'm like, oh, this guy's like, he ain't gonna make it, man.
Right?
Why?
He's gonna be
the Giants?
He's because he was gonna be the focal part of the offense. You understand?
He got drafted, so he had to go where he had to go. But
for sure,
I was always worried about this. And then what happens to him a year later? Mm-hmm. He gets hurt. He's out for the season. I'm like, see. And I'm not even a Giant. I'm not even a Giants fan. I'm a Jets fan. But I got a soft spot for Saquon. He's an alum. I mean, I ain't want this to happen to the kid. He's almost, what has he got left on life expectancy? A year and a half, 2 years? Look at what's his name. Prime example. I'm gonna shut up. The kid on Dallas.
Ezekiel.
What was his name? Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Was hot as a firecracker. And all of a sudden, what happened?
When the flame went out.
He's a running back.
Yeah, the flame went out. Exactly. Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go. Same thing can happen with this guy. That's why I'm like, I'm not giving you 15, 16. No, we're not doing that. I got to be honest. I'm not even giving you 14. Take the 13 that we put on the table previously. Take that, rock with it, have a good career. That's it. Just saying. With that being said, let's go cross town. Or with Don's favorite team, the New York Jets have been considered one of the biggest winners of this past NFL offseason moves. Of course, it starts with Aaron Rodgers. Now, I know Reggie had said something about what'd you call him again, Reg? What'd you call him?
The Messiah has come. That is the Messiah.
The Messiah has
bring
arrived.
The Jets up from the doldrums.
Okay.
This is the guy. This is it. This
down.
is Joe Namath. This is who this guy is.
Stop. You're going too far. Stop.
And I'm saying all sarcastically because I can't stand the fucking Jets.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that because I got a little worried for a second. I was like, oh, boy. I got a little concerned for you. I was like, oh, man, this guy's going to
I'm just telling you what Jets fans are saying. Trust me.
There's reason for, but honestly, there's reason for optimism. There is reason for optimism because, one, it is Aaron Rodgers, and I get the fact that he's going to be 40 soon. And he did, he's a great quarterback. Let's just say that. But at some point, your skills start to erode a little bit. You're not the same. You're 40, but you're not 29. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have that in you anymore. It's gone. But all he needs to do is play competent. And that right there is a huge upgrade over what they've had previously. And when I say previously, I'm talking about that guy, Zach Wilson. Okay? He's much better. You know what I'm saying? Even at 75%, 70%, 75%, Rodgers is a better alternative than what they have, okay, on that depth chart as far as quarterback. You understand? You add the fact you added Alan Lazard at wide receiver. You have Randall Cobb, who's like Rodgers' buddy for so many years on the Packers, his security blanket. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to throw this out there. You have a guy that's returning from an injury who shows so much potential in his rookie year, Breece Hall, as running back. That right there, to me, is a free agent signing to have him back because he's that good. Yes, sir.
You hit all the bases. They had so many good pieces going forward, except what?
Exactly.
The quarterback.
The quarterback.
And I hate to piss in a lot of Jets fans' Wheaties. I am a Jets fan. Aaron Rodgers is far better than Joe Namath was ever. I'm just being honest. I'm a Jet fan. Thank you, Joe, for that Super Bowl. But he ain't in the category of Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry.
No, it's true.
It is what it is.
Joe Namath.
But let me give you a funny did you know. You know the Jets are tapped to be on, what's that show? Hard Knocks Live, whatever. Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks, right?
Yes,
okay. Knocks. Did you know that the last time and the only team that was on Hard Knocks to go to an AFC or any conference championship was who? The New York Jets.
Whoa.
Who won the Super Bowl that year? Aaron
It
Rodgers.
wasn't the Jets.
Aaron
Rodgers. Okay.
All right.
They're the only team to ever get to a conference championship that was on Hard Knocks. Think about this, guy.
That's crazy.
And I don't watch it too often. But how many teams even ended up being okay after Hard Knocks? It was like, oh my God. Right. But think about that. They're the only team, not the last team, the only team to be on Hard Knocks to get that far in the season.
Right.
And who walked away with his only championship? Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Wow.
That's some weird shit, guys.
That's some crazy shit right there. Exactly. That's crazy right there. You know what I mean? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, I mean, you know, like I said, I think this is the time for the Jet fans to have some type of optimism. And the defensive tackle, Quinnen Williams, he just signed a 4-year deal, like for almost $100 million. I think it was like $96 million, which is
where's the defense ranked, if I may ask?
Well, you know what? I don't have that stat right now, but honestly,
they was middle of the pack. Remember, guys,
they wasn't that bad.
They had the offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year on their team last year.
Okay.
Now, if the Jets would have got Aaron Rodgers 2 years ago, guys, I would have said this is just a dog and pony show. But again, you've seen just spelled out almost every move and every progressive action they've made before getting Aaron Rodgers. Wilson was the odd man out. We've seen this clown play, and nothing to forgive me for saying that.
You want to call that point?
He is a clown.
You want to call that point?
Right. Let's just be a nice guy. Let me put my nice guy hat on. He's not the guy. All right? He's not the guy.
No, you could have
put me at quarterback. I would have did as good as he would did.
It happened.
Right.
Well, do you think it's a symptom of him not being the guy, or him being in the wrong offense with the wrong coach?
No, not last year, Bishop.
No,
I'm talking about last year.
Right, no, that's what I mean. Not last year. Oh. The Jets had those pieces around him. He was the odd man out. And when he said that I didn't lose the game, when the defense is holding the other team like 10 points and you're throwing 50 interceptions, trying to run backwards, he lost a lot of people right there. And then your play on the field was like, why is this guy even talking?
Right.
Why is he even talking?
You hit it on the head.
It'd be like Obi Toppin saying, I'm better than Julius Randle. Play me. Right. Really? No. No, he had his chance last year. The year before that, I'll give him a break.
I wouldn't even give him a break.
Disarray.
No.
But last year, no, he don't get no alibi last year.
That was
not with the pieces the Jets put around him.
Guys, let me just keep it a buck. That was not the guy to select at number 2. Period.
No.
That was not the guy. Not the guy. No way. Okay?
It happens. We got, this is the sad part, guys. Sometimes as fans, we fail to believe that it really happens. But the other word, it really happens. You draft this kid high. Okay, he ain't that guy. You draft R.J. Barrett, number 3. He ain't that guy. Obi Toppin, number 8. All these lottery picks, they're not that guy. You're not being a bad person by saying this. Right. It's crystal clear that the names I just gave you, to include Whack Wilson, were not the guy. They're not the guy.
I see what you
I'm not afraid to admit it. My team made a mistake. Duh.
And again, I see what you did there. Whack Wilson.
I'm just saying.
Hell yeah, man.
We've done it too many times with the teams I root for.
Right.
I'm just being honest.
Nothing wrong with
Between
that.
the Jets and the Knicks, nah.
Yeah.
Although you got to say, the Knicks are making better decisions.
Yes, without a doubt.
They're making better decisions. It's like they went to counseling. Their relationship is healthy now. They know how to communicate.
They got off the pipe.
Yep. And now they're taking it day by day, and they're doing a good job. They're staying sober.
I always say this, Bishop, to the crazy Knicks fans. I always say this. They may not have done what you wanted them to do.
Right.
Correct.
But they didn't do nothing to hurt us.
Right. True that.
They didn't. They haven't made a move yet, guys, not to get off subject. They haven't made a move yet that we got fleeced, that we gave up too much money. They didn't do none of that yet, guys.
No.
So for that in itself, and then we've had 2 winning seasons out of the last 3, and we didn't have one for 9 years prior. And we lost 65 games twice. And we had the worst winning percentage in the NBA. I'm talking Minnesota.
Hard times.
These guys gave you a little bit of.
Danny Ainge is trying his hardest, though.
We actually have expectations, Dom.
Yeah, thank you, Bishop.
We actually have expectations. I was upset because I had an expectation. And, like the last time I had that feeling when it came to the Knicks, it was just like, I was upset because I expected them to do better. And it's like, that's a turning point. That's a turning point.
Right. Okay.
So what did the Knicks in this season? Let's be honest, since we're talking about it.
They were not a championship team. I expected them to at least be a tough out in the second round. Like be a tough out, like play it down to the 7th game. Play it down to the 7th game. Still lose the series. But
right.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to fold out. And that deep down inside, I was like, if we could get past the second round, I wouldn't be surprised if we wouldn't win the championship, but we would probably give either Boston or Philly like a run for their money.
Okay.
But the sad thing is, they were both 1 foot on the banana peel and the other out the door. I'm not going to lie, guys. When I saw Milwaukee drop and I started looking at our path, I'm like, I know this sounds crazy, Dom, but we're Eastern Conference Finals bound. And guess what, guys? We were one bad pass away.
I can agree
from winning that game.
I am not a Knicks fan, but I can agree. Myself, I honestly thought that they would beat Miami.
That was that Julius Randle half cut to the basket. Is that what you're talking about?
And then
Brunson passing him the ball, still trying to hoop, still trying to ball, and Randle pretending like he wanted it, but didn't really want to go get
it. Whatever you want to come up with, that one pass, I thought it was a bad pass. He threw it into a crowded situation. That being said, we kind of settled that this year. We don't have to do. We wound up getting 2 pretty decent offensive players.
Wow! Look at this. The only way the Knicks will give Boston a run is if they are trying to rob them.
Who Who's
All right.
So we did own Boston last season, right?
Yeah,
We did
we
own
sure
them
did. 3 out of 4.
we did own Boston in Boston Garden and in
We
New
sure
York.
did.
We beat them twice in Boston Garden, and
We
they
beat
beat
them
us once
3
in
out
New
of
York.
4, Bishop.
Right. We beat them twice in Boston Garden, and they beat us once in New York. So we went to Boston.
For all the Facebook users, give me a team in the Eastern Conference that had a winning record against the Knicks. I'll wait.
I'll
wait.
They're looking it up now.
I know they are. Go on for it. You know who came the closest? Philly, 2-2. I'm just saying, find me a team in the Eastern Conference had a winning record against our New York Knicks, and I'll shut up. When I saw teams dropping, guys, I was like, boy, I'm getting greedy. Greedy.
Let me watch this. Let me check Brooklyn.
Wow.
You know that ain't happening.
See you asking for it now. See see how you put your foot out there? You just put your neck on the chopping block right there.
That was Ars Coke at the White House.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we name names on the show.
You know who I think did have a winning record against us?
Who?
The Raptors.
Yes, the Raptors did. Yep.
Okay.
They gave us the business. They gave us the business. Right.
Even at the Garden.
Business. Yep. Anunoby had like 38.
Yeah.
51 or some shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, he gave us the business at the Garden.
Yes.
They gave us Siakam gave us the business in Toronto.
Right.
It was just like, all the players that Randall had to match up against gave us the business.
Right.
And Anunoby, that game that he had that 30-something points in the Garden, he guarded Randall all game.
Mm-hmm.
He guarded Randall all game.
Now I'm trading R.J. Barrett for one of them. Send R.J. Barrett home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, send
you
him
have
home.
to. You have to.
Yeah. Let him go back to Canada. I don't know what they have in Canada. I don't know what kind of food they eat there, but I know he's from there.
They love him.
Send him
They
home.
love him there. They love him there.
Yeah, let him go home.
They love him back. Send him back.
Love him there. It's like, the NBA Canada channel. That's all they show. That's all they show is RJ Barrett highlights. I'm like,
God.
Like what? Like what's happening here? Yeah.
I'll never.
Man, that highlight reel wasn't too long. Maybe
He must be doing a lot of editing.
30 seconds.
No, all of the plays that he looked like he might have been, could be, possibly at some point, maybe. They run those clips. I was like, I watched it. I was in amazement.
I told the guy today, these guys invited me to one of these spaces, a very peaceful space. Wasn't just Knicks.
Okay.
And one of the guys asked me, hey, Dominic, would you trade R.J. Barrett for Anunoby or OG?
Man,
Siakam or OG? I was like,
I can't get rid of him fast enough.
You know why? Because I can't keep hearing this guy. He's only 19. He's only 20. He's only 21. He's only 22. Now he's only 23. We're going to be saying this shit when he's 30. Basically. Guess what? He is the highest paid Knick as of today.
Yep.
He's your highest paid player. And we're still going to say, I got your back. You're only 39.
Right.
Enough, man. I don't have the patience for that.
He's only been playing basketball how long?
Yeah, and he's been in the league 5 years. Come on,
no.
guys.
You know what?
He's been playing basketball how long?
All his life. Exactly. You know what? I got to throw blame at the management for that. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, and I've said this before, you already see what he is. You've seen his ceiling. You understand what I'm saying? You know what he is. Why would you extend him for more years and money?
And you extended him a year early.
The only reason that I could see is that they had something baked in the cake that they were going to be like, okay, well, we're going to use that contract to flip him for somebody else, and we need that piece. We need that piece. So that's the only thing that I could see why they did that.
Well, that makes sense. When you put it like that, that makes perfect sense.
You can now to match dollar for dollar, you could get rid of him and Fournier, and we got Siakam. And guess what? Siakam could play power forward and center. So that sort of gives us I'm tired of Mitchell Robinson, too. I'm tired of hearing he's only been in the league for 18 years. He ain't got a jump shot, a layup, nothing.
Man, you better watch his videos. You better watch his videos.
On YouTube,
you better watch his videos, dog.
What I tell you all about them videos? Carmelo Anthony looked like the Incredible Hulk. 3 weeks later, he was the Michelin Man. No, I ain't buying them videos no more. Guys,
What about your man? What about your man Ben Simmons, dog?
Okay. Yeah, whoa, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Threes. He got a sleeve.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, sleeve and all, whatever you say, comeback player of the year. I don't give a damn. I said it.
You got to come back first, Dar.
He's gonna come back. Comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year. Next season, comeback player of the year.
Unfortunately,
no. My vote is Miles Turner as comeback player of the year.
Whatever.
Unfortunately, yeah, no. Unfortunately for your boy, we received from the Light Skin Federation. They actually looking to revoke his card because the league right now is the Light Skin Dude League, and he is basically tanking. Like just about every light skinned dude in the league can shoot.
Wow.
And then you have him. And it's just like, come on.
What I tell you are, this was my last year. Last year was my last year defending this guy.
Right.
I had his back all these years.
I get it.
I'm done.
I get it.
He is what he is.
But you're gonna be back in the bandwagon. Come back for
he is what he is, bro. I heard somebody else tell me that. My friend that runs this hoop spaces. Ben Simmons, come back. I said, don't you got to come back first, Chris? Don't you got to be on the court to qualify for some sort of award? Let's get him on the court first, and then
we went way off topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
sorry for my question.
That's all right. The non-believers. That's all right. It's okay.
Sorry for my question. Way off topic.
You're gonna believe again. You're gonna believe. He's gonna make you all believe it. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
The Jets are going to the conference finals.
No way.
All right.
No way.
Man. You guys, man.
No way.
You know what? I wanted to bring up a topic that was non-sports tonight, and I think I will.
We got time.
One word. Accountability. And I bring this up for a particular reason. Now, I'm referring to low to middle class here. And I don't want to say low class. That sounds kind of bad, but it is what it is. Residing in your area, in your community. I notice a lot of people complain about this to their apartment or to where, their complexes, wherever they stay. But at the same time, you want stuff to be better. At the same time, let me take an example. You want to take your doggy Spot out for a walk. The dog shits, but you're not cleaning up after it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that drives me crazy because, again, you want to bitch and moan over this, over that, over this. Yeah, you're paying the rent, but at the same time, you're not doing any service to where you're living at. That's a problem for me, because I have neighbors that complain, but at the same time, I see them do dumb shit that devalues the neighborhood, the community, and when people speak on it, you might be feeling a certain type of way. Well, did you think that maybe you're the cause of that? You know what I'm saying? It just pisses me off, man. So I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. So let me see how you guys kind of feel about that.
Well, in fairness, are even outside of, let's say, areas what you're talking about, the word itself, accountability, is probably one of the least used things in society right now. We're not accountable for shit.
Right.
We could go to something, we'll go in the history books and say this and that. We'll go to last week where Bishop did it. So why are you on that's a crazy word nowadays. To be honest, where is it? Where is it in sports, in real life? Where is the word accountability? Who's accountable for anything? We're dinosaurs, fellas. We are dinosaurs.
Okay, so now you speak on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now with that being said, you know why people aren't accountable anymore?
Why?
Because The world has gotten soft on everybody.
Ooh.
There's no reason. There's no reason to be accountable. Oh, don't yell at him. Oh, don't speak to him in such a fashion. You know? Oh, Jimmy, you're on timeout. Please. You accountability died when we got older. Because there's no way in the world Dom, Bishop, Rod could go and walk their dog and not pick up crap after them.
Yeah, and y'all have a law for that, don't y'all?
In our time.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's right here.
Yeah.
But now in this day and age, please.
Well,
yeah, if New York got that pooper scooper law, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, right.
But it's exactly like Reggie just said. Yeah, right. It's amazing with
that
law being in effect, but yet at the same time, you got to hop, skip, and jump over, little piles, but not little and big piles.
Well, everybody knows what my job is.
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay, I work on the Upper West Side. I can speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
There are a whole lot who do in certain areas of the Upper West Side.
Mm-hmm.
But you go over there by the projects on Columbus Avenue between 104 and 100,
right?
All around there, forget about it.
But you know what though, I brought up the thing with the housing as one of my points and whatnot, but this expands all over. You know what I'm saying, in different realms. It definitely does. Like Reggie was saying, as far as what you speaking, you understand, and you can't say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? It's to me, it's ridiculous. It really is. I mean, people need to take more accountability. Dare I say, we wouldn't see a lot of these stupid challenges all over social media, which I'm sick of, by the way, because I'm just like, well, what happened to the challenge of reading a book or
you hear what
you
hear what 50 Cent said about California, right?
Yeah.
You heard about that, right? With the snatch and grab folks.
Right.
You ain't doing nothing to them. You expect this to end well? You think snatch and grab is not going to go to bigger and better things? But you don't want to prosecute nobody. You don't want to arrest nobody. You talk about horrible behavior. We're talking the same state down the road in San Francisco that they got pup tents on the street. And people shitting on the street. Not dogs, humans.
Yes, sir.
And you think it's going to change? How? Again, the politicians aren't accountable because they know they got your vote. That word is strange, R. Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I heard the strangest thing today. That soccer girl. What's her name? Rapinoe. The gay one, the soccer player for the U.S. Rapinoe.
The one that's Two Birds' wife or husband or whatever she is.
Exactly. Whatever. Yeah. Well, we don't want it.
Right.
She's upset. She's upset because these two women, Sage Steele, of course, being one of them, and another woman from ESPN, are saying, where do we draw the line? Even if you're trans and you turn from man to woman, you have an upper hand over women because your testosterone and all of this don't change. You're still a man underneath all of this. And the other girl, not Sage Steele, said, you know what? People got to understand that biology is not bigotry. We're talking biology here. We're talking the human body. That's biology. Right. Don't equate because I'm telling you something about biology and the human body that everything got to be bigotry. No, these are straight up fact, guys. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I do know that you can have these changes, but you're still who you were before you had a change. And now you got people saying that Title IX, Title 10 with the women's sport, that shit's out the window now. You might as well throw that out the window after all the time y'all fought for this. Again, accountability. Who's accountable to say, nah, man. If it comes to it where we got to have separate leagues and separate sporting events for people that are of that ilk, then that's what you might have to do. Because you're not leveling. The playing field's not level, no.
No.
So
No, it's
again,
not.
who's accountable for that? How many women are going to get jicked out of Olympic medals, endorsements because Betsy, who was Bobby, I know this is going to scratch people's back the wrong way, but it's, again, biology is not bigotry. That shit was like, I read that, I was like, wow. How do you come back with that? How do you come back from that?
Exactly.
I'll wait, but how do you come back from that, guy?
You can't come back from that because that's a fact. It's a fact. Period.
But again, nobody will hold these people that say whatever they want to say accountable. You can just say whatever you want nowadays, R.
Well, exactly.
You ain't got no accountability.
Well, Reggie hit it on the head. You understand? As far as being like soft. You understand? So we don't want to hurt anybody's delicate feelings, even though they're dead ass wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you may want to counter their point and whatnot, but I guess there's some type of like I don't know if I should say guilt or whatever the case may be that holds us back from saying that. You understand? From saying what we really want to express and whatnot. Because again, we have to be careful of their little delicate snowflake feelings. We don't want to melt their snowflakes and be all hurt and whatnot. Even though what you are speaking to them, you are countering their point 125%, and you're correct in that. But you can't do it. It's ridiculous to me. You're right. As we've gotten older, this country, the society has gotten softer and softer, and it's at a really pathetic point right now. It really is. You know,
and there was a time, R, where you could go to the church and find some ref at the church. Not anymore, because, and I had this conversation with, y'all know him, Craig Stevens. You know, he's a pastor, and I had a conversation with my wife's pastor. You know, y'all are losing. You know, the Christian church is losing, and y'all are okay with losing because you don't want to do what Reggie's saying. You don't want to piss in nobody's Wheaties. You could be right as two left feet, but you don't want to piss in nobody's Wheaties. So you're losing. You are losing this battle, and you're content with that. Okay. Now Craig had a whole different outtake on it. Trust me, he ain't about that. You know.
Right. Exactly.
He was like, Don, what can I say? You know, sometimes you just got to say somebody's right. He said, and I can't tell you that we're going to make this comeback because of what you're saying. Everybody's so soft shoe, like Reggie said. I don't want to piss in Bishop's Wheaties, so I got to tiptoe around Bishop.
Yeah.
And you're throwing your morals and shit you're throwing your accountability under the bus to appease somebody else. Right. That's sad, guys. Serious. That is some shit.
Exactly.
I ain't one of them guys. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, you and me both, bro. You and me both. I get so tired of that. You got to tiptoe around. Listen, like that. No. I'm doing this show, right? And it's a shame because, again, you have free speech. You're supposed to have free speech. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's things I want to say, but I'm not going to say. You know what I'm saying? But again, why can't I say what needs to be said? And I know people would support what I'm saying because they feel the same exact way. But again, it's the fear. It's the fear. You know, and I think you guys know what I'm referring to, but it's the fear.
Of course.
It's the whole fear of the backlash.
And so where does that put a guy like you, or not to throw you under the bus, but where does that put a guy like you? You know, that a free-spirited, good individual that believes in freedom of speech,
right?
You know, justice for all, blah blah blah. But
now,
you got to tap there. You got to tap there.
Yeah.
You can't be R. Jones.
No,
you got to be somebody else.
Yeah,
it's like appalling.
It's like I damn near got. I have to be like gelded. You understand? and I feel like,
whoa,
I have a solution. I have a solution to all of this. I have a solution to all of this.
I think I woke somebody up. Okay, go ahead.
Whoa.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do? You got to get yourself a burner account.
I may have to.
You got to get yourself a burner account. Say what you got to say, and just poof, it's gone.
And you know what? Yeah, maybe I need to follow Kevin Durant.
Again, even though that sounds funny, Reg, why? There's people that disagree with R that'll say some batshit crazy stuff. They ain't got no burner accounts. Where do they get more freedom than Mr. Jones?
Right.
I don't get that part.
He's not of that ilk. That's why.
Yeah, he is.
No,
there's
he's
somebody
not.
in his ear telling him he's not.
Right. So I know I woke somebody up. He's like, whoa, what happened? What did I say? What did I do?
I think the word gelded got his attention.
Oh, he went back to sleep on it.
No, I wasn't asleep. I'm just listening. Sometimes the bishop got to take it in. Saying I can't.
Hey, yo, what? Pause.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell, man? I was like, what did I say now? I was like, what happened? What did I do? I ain't offend anybody, I hope,
Oh, please. You know what I say.
Yeah.
Forget their feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so nicely.
It's funny to me.
I'll tell you what, guys, before we go.
Yeah.
Something very weird happened this week. You guys all know, God, how can I forget his name? He wants to create this Green Party. What's his name? The great speaker, the professor with the funny hair. How can I miss his name?
From Harvard?
Yeah. What's his name?
Black guy?
Not Dyson. The other one with the funny hair.
Cornell West?
Cornell West.
Yeah, Cornell West.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now he began the R syndrome where he was putting something out there, but kind of sort of holding back.
Right.
Because he was talking about, Mahmoud, Babu, and Shakira and all these people that should have gotten either pardons or sentences. But he mentioned one name that I was very familiar with. And I thought to myself, oh, shit, Cornell going down the road. That some people ain't going to be happy. He said the name Eric Snowden. For those of y'all that ain't familiar with Eric Snowden, I would suggest you either buy the book, watch the movie, whatever. He was the dime dropper against a certain administration. And he became a man without a country. And what he was going to be charged with, another certain individual, reduce somebody's sentence for doing the exact same thing, but giving this information to the enemy during combat. And I'm thinking to myself, man, Mr. West, better like you are. I'm thinking, oh man, I don't know if Cornell really wants to go that far down this road and actually, say if and ands and pot. It's just shit that's really. Again, I suggest if you haven't, the movie was a great movie, but he is a man without a country for the same act that somebody got a reduced sentence who did it in the United States Army. That shit is subject to firing squad. Espionage is subject to firing squad. He was a guy, y'all are not familiar, his name was Bradley Manning. By the time he got his sentence commuted, he was Chelsea Manning. He's the guy that had the sex change but had a 35-year sentence commuted to 5 years. But meanwhile, Eric Snowden, who, said, hey, you know what? I thought, hey, Rodney, I thought you didn't like the Patriot Act. I thought you did away with the Patriot Act. Why are we still spying on our own people? Why are you spying on foreign countries? Now the guy's a man without a home. So he writes a book, which to add insult to injury, he writes a fucking book. Now, again, he's a man without a country. He can't come home.
No.
But he's being held accountable. The word you brought up, he's being held accountable to a different standard than somebody that committed this shit during war with the enemy as a member of the United States Armed Forces. Figure that shit out. I said, please tell me Mr. West ain't gonna go that far. Because he had a whole bunch of names in there, you know. Somehow he paused when he said Eric Snowden. I'm like, oh, fuck, people actually know about this guy.
Right,
The most people I talk to, they don't remember this guy from Adam's House Cat.
Wow.
But he was the whistleblower. Remember the word whistleblower? He was a whistleblower that's been a man without a country for about 10 years now.
And now our brother Ronan's called he called him Cornball West.
Oh, now he's Cornball West. All right. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. You know,
I like the guy, you know.
Yeah.
He's a good speaker, and he made a point. You know, when are we gonna, you know, come on, man. You got, like the guy told y'all before, the guy from the movie BFF. This dude's doing 150 years in prison for selling drugs. Really? But meanwhile, you got somebody doing a drive-by and killed a 7-year-old doing 10 to 15.
And
oh, come on.
Not even serving that whole thing. You kidding me?
Exactly.
Getting off after 5 years of good behavior. Okay, great. Thank you.
And I hate to bring up y'all state and y'all city, but y'all have gotten so weak on crime, y'all might as well let motherfuckers go. Don't even go chase them no more. No, do what you're doing, Rodney. Go on, man.
Well, honestly, well, that's a whole other story in itself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you already know. You already know the deal. I'm not even touching that one. But before I break out, I'm gonna say good night to you guys. Thanks for showing up. Next week, hip hop turns 50.
Oh,
yeah. To celebrate.
Well, that was tonight.
Well, you know what? I get a little bit. The hell with it. We can keep going. The hell with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we're gonna get into that right now. Congratulations, hip hop. I gotta say, I was one of those that I was like, how far is this gonna go? I'm not gonna lie to you. I admit it. I do admit it, man. Because let me tell you, when hip hop first came out, man, and I'm a guy of a certain age.
Yeah,
and I was there. I grew up in Hollis, Queens. L was right down the block from me. Run DMC, not too far from Hollis Avenue. Yeah, I was right there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't at the birth, but I was at its heyday. You know, when we used to go to like the backyard parties back in the day, which you can't do now. I mean, you can, but you run the risk of getting hurt. There was none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was all about unity, love, peace, and partying. What's out today? I can't explain it. Like I said, I'm a little bit older. You know, the younger ones will tell you different. They say, you old pops, you don't know what's going on. You know, they'll come in like that, and I respect it. I respect it because at the same time, when we was growing up, you know, and we had the hip hop, we had the Sugar Hill Gang and all these other groups and what nonsense. So it was a cyclical thing. You understand? But again, I was one of those that how far can this go? How far can this go? And as you see,
you remind me of Arthur. God rest his soul.
It's gone.
You know what he told me?
What's that?
And remember, guys, we're talking. I'm from that era of the originality of it. The Boogie Down Bronx.
There you go.
The borough burning. Our borough was actually burning. That is not an urban legend.
Right.
Yes, sir.
The borough was burning.
Yes, sir.
Nobody was doing things. The South Bronx became the South Bronx that we know of today.
Right.
But what saved the people was hip hop.
Yes, sir.
The Flash. I remember the days, guys, when it wasn't on wax. When 18 Park, Echo Park, the Fever, the T Connect, where you was buying mixtapes. Remember the cassette tape? Guys making mixtapes. I go back, Tap Bar, guys. I go back to the grassroots of this shit. The breakdancing on cardboard, breakdancing on dirty mattresses. I'm from the home of hip hop, fellas. You know, don't get it twisted. I am from that era. But Arthur said the same thing you said. Oh, you know what he told me? We're in the park listening to Flash. Flash was in the park, hung the speakers up, and Arthur was like, man, this shit's gonna be like disco. Here today, gone tomorrow. 40-something years later, I'm still asking him before he died.
Right.
How'd that hip hop shit turn out? Well, we didn't call it hip hop. It was just rap music.
Rap music.
And you're right, R. It took the Bronx from the gang warfare to instead of me and you fighting, we're gonna battle on the mic. Or we're gonna get on the cardboard.
The cardboard.
We're gonna break dance each other.
Exactly.
We're gonna settle it that way instead of guns and knives. That's how the origin, somehow or another, guys, without giving a history lesson, it made its way to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And that's when it went.
Yeah.
To me, a New Yorker, a kid from the Bronx. When it got to LA, it was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it changed up.
What happened? I mean,
it changed up. It went from, it seemingly, and I could be incorrect, but to me, it seemingly went from like partying, having a good time, you know what I'm saying? Even love and even messages. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Positive messages. It went from that, and then when it hit the West Coast, it was a gangster.
Yeah,
it was a gangster, and each rapper, each hip hop artist during that time had to outdo each other.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then it brought that whole violent component in.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
What we started it to do went away and became what we were getting away from.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You can't tell me, and I love, and then don't take this the wrong way, West Coast, but I love we're just telling our story. Nobody in South Central Los Angeles, Eric Davis, Darryl Strawberry,
right.
Even that guy everybody laughs at, Marcus Wiley. None of y'all had a good situation coming out of South Central Los Angeles.
No.
Everybody was a gangbanger. Everybody was running from this one and that one. Everybody. You couldn't find nothing else to rap about.
Right.
There wasn't no happy ending. Y'all were like the opposite of a Tyler Perry movie. Remember Tyler Perry? Everybody comes home happy. The dog is back. And life ain't like that, Tyler. We understand that. But you're not going to tell me life is always shitty.
Right.
But I will say one thing. It took the East Coast a very long time to bow down to that and get into the mother and cop and guns. And it took us a good minute, guys. We didn't instantly jump on that. If y'all remember correctly.
No, we didn't.
We still was, the lyricists and then it went a little left. And then as generations changed, it went totally left.
For sure.
So, yeah, but it's a different era,
It is.
It ain't what we know.
No, well, listen. I can't even tell you a rap group in today's bunch right now, bro. A rap group, an artist, whatever. I'm like,
you're right.
I guess when we were listening to rap back then, and our parents was like, "What the hell are they saying?"
They were.
I see where they're coming from now, because for the life of me, my daughter, 11 years old, she swears by this girl Ice Spice. I'm like,
I don't know what she says, but
she's from the Bronx.
Yeah,
bro. I know what you mean. I'm just like, oh Lord,
I'm not telling she can't come in.
I have to like scratch my head, like rub my head when you just mentioned the name. I was like, ugh. You know what I'm saying?
It's insane.
But
you know what? Going back to that, I remember again growing up in the Bronx when that first record hit vinyl, and it wasn't the Treacherous Three. It wasn't Special Ed.
Right.
It was these guys that nobody heard of. It wasn't Flash scratching on the turntables. It was these guys nobody heard of. Where were they at in the Bronx? What parks were they rocking? That's what pissed people off. Then it became all out, man, fuck these mixtapes. And then that opened up, other avenues for them to get their stuff on vinyl, as we called it back then, vinyl cassette tapes. And it was whoa. I couldn't understand it all. When I heard Sugar Hill Gang, I'm like, who are they?
Yo, there was
from? And I think they were from Jersey or some shit.
There was many a night spent in Tower Records on in the village. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I find it amazing how it went from like this freestyle, then the vinyl, CD, cassette tapes, then the CDs.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And again, like I had started this whole topic with my statement of like, I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? When is the fad gonna, fade out, so to speak? And I gotta tell you honestly, even though I may complain or we may complain about the state of hip hop today and where it is, whatnot, I get that. But at the same time, I gotta be proud of these people. You understand? Because they, from each generation, they have picked up the mantle of hip hop and taken it to another level. You understand what I'm saying? And not just another level, but they've spinned off different careers. You understand? Being producing or even into acting. You understand what I'm saying? So I have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
as much as I don't like West Coast, I can't find somebody that has 360 from hip hop, movies, entrepreneur, basketball tournament.
There you go.
Kid movies. All his movies are family oriented. Ice Cube, ever since Boys in the Hood, all his movies have been geared toward the family. And who's done better than him? I mean, you got the Jay-Z's who've done probably better financially, but stood in that one lane. Jay-Z stood in that one lane, the hip hop lane, and maybe some alcohol, some wine, whatever the fuck they do nowadays.
LL is not too bad.
He's not bad at all. LL is not bad at all. LL Cool J.
Cool J.
He had a pretty good career, but I'm saying you look at what Ice Cube did, guys. From rap to acting, producing, owning companies that produce movies, a basketball league that nobody thought would last more than a year. Let's be honest, guys. We thought the big three was like what R said about hip hop. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Right.
Big Three's been around for a minute now.
It has.
And here he is, the same guy. Again, the same guy married to the same woman for 20-some-odd years. Family man. All from NWA, then Ice Cube. And I gotta take my hat off to that dude, man, for real. Well, I can't think of nobody that's done that many bases, that's touched that many bases like Ice Cube.
That's a good
point. And it pains me to say it. Believe me, trust me.
That's a good point because again, I remember NWA, you understand, and buying their albums and getting their cassette tapes. I was so excited when Ice Cube actually left, and I said, "Oh, he's on a solo career. Oh, I gotta get this." I went and got that cassette tape, man. I was on my way as a young man. I was on my way to work. That's all I would play. You understand what I'm saying? Again, that's not my real vibe, but it was so, man. I can't even describe it, bro.
If you ever seen the movie, what's it called? Brown Sugar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the movie Brown Sugar?
How
I fell in love with hip hop. Remember how I fell in love? It was based on how I fell in love with hip hop, and
for sure,
and I could remember those days. Dougie Fresh, who didn't rap, he was just a beatbox. Slick Rick was the rapper,
right?
And then you had Here Comes KRS-One, your first conscious rapper. Everybody forgot The Bridge Is Over. That was probably the greatest hip hop song of the 80s ever. No touching.
Absolutely.
The Bridge Is Over was it. That was it. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, what do we do now?" He was your first. He was your first conscious rapper, a guy telling a real story. Boogie Down Productions. Here's this guy with telling you a story, but having you hooked, and then comes The Bridge Is Over. That was it for me, guys. Shit, hip hop was never the same after that. I was like, who's gonna top this bullshit? And they did. Somebody came along with a better hook. And
it's amazing how many iconic artists that we've come across, man, in this genre. You just said KRS-One. You got to bring up the god of Rakim. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned Slick Rick. There's so many, man. There's so many that
never mind the DJs are Flash, Cool Herc, Red Alert, Marley Marl. You know, what's the guy's name that passed away? Oh, baby, you.
I was about to say Biz Marquis, right?
Biz Marquis. You know, who can remember all of this? You know, Shantae, Roxanne. You know, these are all our people. I hate to be biased. Don't get me wrong, but
it's true.
I have to be because we were the founding fathers and mothers of hip hop. Let's not get it twisted, folks. If that's the only thing I got to stand on, being from the Bronx and my Yankees, shit. I'm carrying that mantle until I die, fellas. Fuck that. I'm sorry. That shit going with me to the grave. This
Boogie Down.
Understood.
DVD, Boogie Down Productions.
We had.
Remember that movie, Jack and Spade? He turned that into a hit. Remember the song at the end of the movie? Everybody needs a theme song. He turned that into a hit. Jack and Spade.
But I gotta tell you, honestly, they were greats we just named off, but I gotta tell you, one of my favorites of all time, I love those brothers to death, was Public Enemy.
Oh, okay. And here they come.
Public Enemy just like they just shook up the foundation, man, with their stuff, man. And I love them to death.
They did what KRS-One did on steroids.
Yeah,
right.
They did that conscious shit to.
Yeah,
I'm lifting weights. I'm lifting weights with this. Yeah,
they brought it without question. That's like one of my
that's what I mean. I hate to talk about this because again I remember this from the grassroots.
Right.
When you take just what New York City did for hip hop, you know, I mean, come on, man. Yeah. You know, was what's his name for his short time on Earth? Big Pun. Even Biggie. These guys don't have this huge catalog, but man, you can't question their lyrics. You can't question their hip hopism. Yeah,
their legacy. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Even with a short career, you know, I usually hear that Pun is like regarded as the top lyricist for as short a career as he had. You understand? They always have these lists, and I see his name on there. You know what I'm saying? So
the challenge for me as I got older, when people said, I know hip hop. If you didn't know every word to It Was All a Dream, you didn't know hip hop. If you didn't know every word to that song, you didn't know hip hop. That was my standard. If you didn't know that shit back and forth, you did not know hip hop. Because first of all, he said it so smoothly that you could hear everything he was saying, unlike today. No, you could hear every word in that song Biggie made. Clearly. Let's just be honest, man.
Exactly.
Every lyric that came out his mouth, you was like, man.
And I think that's the thing with when you talk about guys like our age and whatnot. I think that's the thing that kind of just like turns us off and whatnot, because we're from an era where you could. I'm not gonna say every artist, but for the most part, you could make out what's being said. You understand? Right. And you could respect that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, what? I gotta take out the phone and like, okay.
I can't even tell you the last time I even listened to any of this new stuff. I'm still stuck on, my playlist got Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z, of course. But other than that, I don't know I'm like Reggie. I wouldn't know a rapper's name if he played for the Jets. I'm just saying. I'm so far removed from it now. One, because of my age. I'm just being honest. I don't live in New York no more. So, and I got one of the. If you want to put him up there, one of the top rappers of our generation, who's right from here, J. Cole. He's from where I live.
Okay.
This little town of Fayetteville. Here's this J. Cole kid. Decided to go to St. John's University, and then all of a sudden say, "Whoa, I got a better idea.
I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna push this.
Yeah,
this game.
Here he is.
Push this game." And Roland also threw out two artists I love as well. One being X-Clan and the other being Big L. God rest his soul, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, during his whole
Wu-Tang. What about Wu-Tang?
Oh my God, man!
Let's not even touch GOAT here.
Bro.
Silent.
Bro, I was living in Staten Island at the time when they came out, and let me tell you, in Staten Island, brother. Let me tell you, when they came out and I was living out there, forget it. It was Wu-Tang, everything, everywhere. Yes. You hear me? Straight up, man.
And you're from where my boy was from, TC, from the Force MDs. They were from Staten Island.
Oh yeah.
I told y'all the stories about him, how me and him used to hang out. He used to go to the bar, do karaoke. I'm like, how you gonna sing your own song? He was singing Tender Love, taking everybody's money. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. He was like, Dom, come on, man, it's just fun. No, it ain't. That's cheating. And I ended up being a pallbearer at his funeral.
Wow.
Yeah. Fucked up as that was, he died young. Lou Gehrig's disease. Yeah, but he was from Strong Island. Him and his brothers, and remember the Fat Boys? They was on one of their songs. Let's not forget them, the Fat Boys.
Yeah.
These guys making $1 million talking about eating food. How do you figure this? How do you do this, man?
My man Ronan put somebody out there. I left out EPMD. And here's the funny Eric and Paul making dollars. Exactly. Let me tell you something. Eric.
Rob Bass.
Let me tell you, I know Eric's father. Eric, me and we're like this. Every time we see each other, man, his name is Lenny. That guy, he's a blast. We always talk and whatnot. I never met Eric though. But was at his house and everything. Never met the guy, but hung out with the father.
Tell the truth. You could hear It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go right now, and you'd be like, head start bobbing, legs start moving.
Exactly.
How long ago was that?
Decades. Man. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
So many of them that didn't make it to, like Ronan bringing up names, you know that. Mm-hmm. These guys didn't have the longevity of an LL, Jay-Z, or Nas. But we remember them. They was part of that, again,
they were.
That ground level shit, man. Come on. LA, California could not say that. That's the one thing we can hold our heads on. You cannot say you was anything to do with grassroots of this. Y'all latched on to something. You effed it up. Then somehow or another, that shit made it to the South, and it really went bonkers. That's when I gave up, guys. I'm going to be honest. When it went to the South, I was like, I'm done. I can't keep up no more. I'm done with this shit.
The South wasn't too bad.
Not as bad as the West Coast, to me.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but when it got there, I was like, all right, man, I'm time to pack my bags. I'm getting too old for this shit. Nah.
But again, gotta sleep this off this genre. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. Even with today, oh man, Ronan's killing me right now. He's killing me, man. From his hometown of Newark, how could we forget Redman? How could we forget Mos Def?
OPP, Naughty by Nature.
Naughty by Nature, exactly. Yo, bro, it's too many to name. It's too many names.
It's weird. He brings up that, and look how they turned that when Method Man started just rapping with Redman.
Right.
They were like, Abbott and Costello, oh shit, here we go, Right. How they got it. And I'll tell you what, guys, in Living Color took it to another level because they promoted it every Sunday, remember?
It branches out.
What was that cop show? New York stuff. Undercover. There were so many things going on in New York.
There you go.
And Malik Yoba. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it just enhanced more and more and more.
Of course.
And the light got so bright, man. Come on.
Of course.
You look at not to beat it. You look at LL Cool J. I can't live without my radio. This little skinny kid in a movie yelling, I can't live without my radio. Right. Crush Groove. Remember the movie Crush Groove?
Of course.
Now look at him. Look at him today. He looked like he ate LL.
What?
I gotta tell you.
But his longevity is unquestionable.
It's unquestionable.
Serious. Exactly. Can we call him the GOAT?
I don't know about the GOAT, but he's
debatable.
It's debatable. He's up there for discussion. There's no question. I don't care what anybody says. For real. You know?
Guess who else we forgot, Ronan? Dog be a dog. Oh, who was better than
Oh man. Now DMX, he was kind of part of that, dare I say, a little bit of that gangster stuff. He had a combination. He could be gangster, or he could do a duet with Cisco from Drew Hill.
Yeah. He be doing a song with Aaliyah. Like, where did he come from? Yeah. I mean, how many guys can make a hit at, give a dog a bone, leave a dog alone, he'll find his way home. Who can make a song out of that?
Obviously, God rest his soul. But
Master P. Now, I forget Master P, the original I'ma hustle myself to the top.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't too crazy about that dude.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I wasn't too crazy about that dude. I was like, nah. Even that.
Who was that?
Master P.
Yeah, that whole thing. I was like, I don't think, negative.
But if you track his story, from selling shit out the trunk of his car,
I gotta respect
No Limit Records, and
I gotta respect it.
Snoop Dogg. Come on.
I gotta respect it.
And I tell you what, he's one of them that didn't make it and then became an MC Hammer. And we're finding out he's trying to sell the gold fixtures he had in his bathroom. No, Master, he never went down that road. He maintained a financial status of,
for sure,
unlimited shit. Again, he was selling stuff out his trunk.
Right. And
all of a sudden, and I'll be honest, I couldn't understand anything he was saying, to be honest. So I just like the story. He was.
The story is
the rest of them, like Birdman. I mean, I give Lil Wayne.
Right. Yeah.
Give Lil Wayne credit, but Birdman and all them Louisiana cats, nah.
I can't. Okay.
Nah.
I'm wrong for this, but Little Gremlin. No.
Who?
Little Gremlin. That's like Lil Wayne. Little Gremlin.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. However, let me just say something that Ronan put in my chat here. He said about DMX. He said from about 1998 to 2003, DMX was holding it down for the East Coast, and I agree. Because during that time period, no one was hotter.
No
one was hotter. You understand?
Nobody in the history of music or hip-hop, R&B, country, whatever. No musician ever had 2 number 1 albums in the top 20 at the same time.
Exactly.
He's still the only person to ever have done that.
Yeah. He slayed it.
And Ronan's right. New York was slipping off the map when it comes to hip-hop back then.
Right.
And then here comes this guy running around with 6 pit bulls, talking about dog bones and biscuits and Aaliyah. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. And again, that led to him branching off into acting. That's what I'm saying. This genre, again, for a guy like myself to not think that this was going to go anywhere, hip hop did damn good for itself in its 50 years.
Yes.
It did damn good for itself.
It opened a lot of doors,
It damn sure did.
It opened a lot of doors.
And I think that
it became a staple in the NBA.
Yeah.
It was just, you couldn't, in like the 90s, maybe the 90s, the shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. You couldn't put on a show, like I said, New York Undercover, In Living Color. That's all you saw, at the end of each show, either somebody was rapping or somebody was dancing. You know?
My man Ronan Gangstar. But I think God rest, our girl was the dude. The DJ for me. Oh man.
Common. I never was really into Common, but for that area of the map, Chicago.
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. But I think the one crowning moment Oh man, I love Paul Mooney for this. I remember Paul Mooney was doing a skit. He was talking about at the Academy Awards. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Oh,
That's when hip hop reached its pinnacle. Okay, they brought home an Academy Award for that.
what was the name of that movie?
Oh man, I think was that Hustle and Flow? I
Yeah,
believe?
Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, Hustle and Flow. And I know them white people in that audience, and they had the nerve to perform it. I loved it.
That was some weird shit,
I loved it. That was the pinnacle right there. I said, "Oh, hip hop has truly arrived. Truly arrived."
I think it kind of stymied Terrence Howard though, because that's when he developed that diva mentality. You know, you gonna bust in the doors of Marvel talking about you want to make as much money as Robert Downey.
Yeah,
like, man, bro, you're a side actor.
You get to calm down, son. You get to calm down. Exactly.
And then comes Don, and then Don Cheadle becomes, you know.
Yeah,
Terrence Howard caught feelings after the first movie. He was like,
exactly.
I want that money. I'm like,
nah, bro. Nah. Somebody get me Don Cheadle on the line, please.
Yeah, he's right
Check
there.
out what
You
he's
go
doing.
holler at him. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I think that's where he started catching feelings. He thought he was,
sure.
And then of course he parlayed that into that. I don't even know the name of it. I forgot. Empire.
Yes.
Yeah, I never watched it, you know, but again, here comes hip hop in another.
Again, exactly.
We're talking 2000, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I mean, it lasted a minute. That show lasted a minute.
It did. You know, but I was like,
Yeah, I never watched it. I couldn't. I just kept seeing Terrence Howard talking about.
I saw the first episode. I was like, that's it. I'm done.
No, I couldn't do it, man. No. I was more of a Stars fan by then, you know, watching them crazy shows.
Exactly.
No, I was like, man, this looks kind of corny.
And then another thing about, like you had mentioned that TV. How about the big staple on those what channels that VH1, Love and Hip Hop.
Oh God, stop
it!
It's
still, don't go there.
No, I'm going there because it's still.
Please don't.
Today, I'm going there
now.
Wait, I didn't say I didn't say I was a fan of it. Did I say that? No, I'm just pointing out what the music kind of led to, expanded out to. That's what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So it's right there in the title. Love and hip hop.
I get your point, but
you know what?
I understand where you're coming from, but for example, I'm sorry.
Hey,
folks, listen.
Wait. Didn't that spring? What's her name? Because she was on there. Cardi B.
Oh my God! Stop it, bro.
She was on there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she wasn't, but you know.
As a matter of fact,
I'm a reserved comment.
Wait, no, don't reserve a comment. Bring it. What I'm saying to you is this: she is legitimately the only person from that franchise to do something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn, Ronan got me thinking, man. Dr. Dre, we didn't mention him. Dr. Dre,
man.
50 Cent, Eminem,
Snoop
Dogg.
Okay, now which Dr. Dre are we talking about? The big one or the small one?
Even if the big one, so what? Bring the big one. The big one deserves his praise.
They had.
He was. I liked him.
Yeah.
Yo, MTV Raps.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
By Freddie.
Hell yeah.
We remember. I remember when I was a kid, he was a graffiti artist.
Right.
Fab Five. He was a graffiti artist.
Exactly.
Started running shit on MTV. He was the originator of MTV Raps. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Then came Dr. Dre, and who was the other guy? Ed Lover.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They was after Fab Five Freddy. Fab Five Freddy was like Martin Lawrence doing Showtime at the Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
He was the originator of that.
What about your man from Video Music Box? Let's go there.
Oh,
Ralph
yes, sir.
Exactly. All that derived from this hip hop culture, man.
Yeah.
With that being said, I want to say happy 50th. We celebrate you. We love you. You know what I'm saying? And we respect you. So, with that being said, let me break out. You know what I'm saying? It's been a great show. I want to thank you guys, of course. My man Dom Bishop, if he's still awake.
Still awake, dude. I'm just listening.
And Reggie, and of course Ronan. One day we're gonna bring you into the show live, Ronan. We're gonna hear from your point of view, so to speak. And DU, thank you. All right, for being in the chat room. All the other people there, I can't see their names, of course, but thank you for your support.
Of my character. Well, be tolerated.
This return fire from your earlier Brooklyn comments, so I had to get you back somehow. Okay,
King Petty. All right.
I want this always next week. You get them next week. Don't worry.
Always
about
next week. All right. Love you guys, man. Thanks again.
I love you too. Fellas, peace.
Peace out.